Namaste. Today I'm going to tell you the story of how a great Saint Shukdev met his guru, King Janak. I was reading that in a magazine and I thought this is so interesting that I share it with you. Now, Shukadev was the son of Vyasdev. And when Vyasdev, using his powers, he invoked Shukadev to appear in the womb of his mother. He also instilled so much of spirituality into Shukadev while he was still in the womb of his mother through the subconscious mind of the mother. This is so interesting. It teaches us that when you are pregnant, and you could be reading so much on spiritual topics, attending satsangs, etc., and all this, the child in your womb is drawing through your subconscious mind. So as Shukadev, when he was born and as he was growing up, he was already super intelligent in many spiritual topics. But still he desired to have more and more. So his father Vyasdev encouraged him to go to Raja Janak and seek him as a teacher. As Shukadev entered the palace of Raja Janak, he was, what am I seeing? Because he sees the king sitting on a golden encrusted jeweled throne and so many servants are fanning him, and Shukadev started to turn and walk out like, what will I learn from this king who is so engrossed in matter, material things? So he was actually leaving the palace thinking that he can't be my guru. But Raja Janak was very elevated, right? He was both the king and he was also a saint. So he telepathically sensed that Shukadev is having these thoughts about him. And so he sent his messenger quickly to bring Shukadev back to the court. Raja Janak was not at all, he was maybe physically, involved with all his duties here, but he was not attached to any of it. And so he sat down with Shukadev and they started having many spiritual discourses, exchanging, and Shukadev was sitting and listening to him. 4 hours had passed. He was getting hungry. He was getting thirsty. But he was very absorbed listening to Raja Janak because he had so much spirituality to share. And then what happened? After 2 hours of still more discourses, that means 4 hours and another two messengers came running in and said, oh king, the city is on fire. Please, come and do something about it because the city is on fire. There are flames everywhere. And the King Janak said, don't disturb me. Go and get help to sort out the fire. I'm very busy in my discourses with my dear friend here. I cannot come now. So the messengers went off and Shukadev was just watching the king like, maybe he's shirking his duties, but he didn't say anything. And the king went on discussing wonderful spiritual topics. Then the messengers came back and said, King, please come, because now the fire has reached the palace and the palace is on fire and we are all in danger. Please come and give instructions and get things going. And the king said, don't disturb me. I am very, very busy with my friend here and I'm very, very happy in my spiritual discussions with him. So please don't disturb me. You go and find a solution. There are many others in the kingdom who can solve this issue. And so the messengers went away. And next thing, the palace, the room itself where King Janak was sitting, the fire started entering there. And the messengers came and said, please, king, please leave this room immediately because now the fire has entered here and you are also in danger. So please leave immediately. Come on, let's take everything and just run from here because the fire is now going to engulf the very room and the very seat that you are sitting in. The next thing, 2 messengers came in, almost engulfed in flames themselves, screaming, please help, oh king, now we are all on fire and, and it's like almost going to destroy everything. We've also, please help us, save us. And the king said, leave me in my peace. I am very peaceful sitting here and discussing spirituality with my friend. And next thing, the fire started burning up Shukadev's books. He brought some books with him, right? And the books started to catch on fire. And Shukadev got, dejected and quickly got up and started patting the fire off and like, oh my God, he lost his poise all the time. He was sitting and listening and trying not to be, distracted by the messengers, just like how the king was so absorbed in the topic. But now his fire, oh my goodness, my books, And the king just raised his hand, waved his hand like this, and the fire stopped. And Shukadev Goswami looked at him, shocked, such amazing power, the fire, everything was put off. What's going on here? The king said, and I want to read this out so that the message is so loud and clear and fluent as well. O young Shukadev, you thought of me as a pleasure and matter-drenched king. But look at yourself. You forsook the all-protecting thought of God to save a pile of books, while I paid no attention to my burning kingdom and palace. God worked this miracle to show you that although you are a renunciant, you are more attached to your books than to God, or than I am to my kingdom, even though I live in the world instead of a hermitage. Attachment to possessions and not possession itself is the source of misery. Attachment to possessions and not the possession itself is the source of misery. In this world, we do not own anything. We are only given the use of things. Some have more to use than others, but remember, the millionaire and the poor man alike have to leave everything, all possessions, when death comes. Young Shukadev was completely humbled, and he then recognized that the king was his guru. Namaste. If you like the story, please share it amongst your friends. Please share my social media links, and also let me know in the comment box what you thought of the story, if you like such content, so that I can keep making more for you. I still have part 2, which is another interesting moral of the same Shukadev Goswami and King Janak. So we'll tell you that a little later.